Okay, today on Chump Talk, we have now reoccurring guest and friend of the show, we're going to call him, Justin Pogge. He's just entering his 16th professional season in Germany, and he joins us now. Thanks for doing this, Justin Pogge.
Oh, thanks for having me again. It's a pleasure to be here.
We were just saying before the pod last time we had you on, it was over a year ago, episode 67. I think this is going to be 169, Matt.
Yeah, we're somewhere in the 160s.
Yeah, so it was over a year ago.
Chris.
And we did it over phone with you, and you were cooking in your green egg during that. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I missed that thing. I didn't get to use it too much this summer.
Where are you now, and what's the summer look like for you so far?
I'm actually over in Cologne, Germany. We are in our second week of training camp. So, just back playing hockey and loving it.
What time is it for you right now? What?
Almost 11 o'clock.
Okay, not horrible. Well, appreciate you doing this. So I wanna talk about something. We messaged a couple weeks ago to try to get you on, and you said you were just coming off like a 14-day trip with your team or something. Can you tell us what that was about?
No, it wasn't a 14-day trip. It was like a 12-hour team event. We had a golf tournament, and the golf tournament was great.
Yeah.
Fun playing golf over here. Actually got a good set of demo clubs, so I was pretty happy about that.
Nice.
Ball's not bad. But then dinner was delayed. We finished I think 4 o'clock, and we didn't eat till 9 o'clock, and I didn't get home till 9:45. It was
that's a long day.
How's your golf game? What are your strengths and weaknesses?
Well, my strengths is that I have every shot in the bag. My weaknesses is them together. So I can mix and match my shots, and I can play a pretty decent game, but I definitely don't get out as much as I used to when I was younger and without kids. Now 2 kids, and it's tough to tell a wife, hey, I'll be back in 5-6 hours.
Yeah. What are the courses like in Germany?
We actually played at a beautiful course. It was an old castle, so there was no hills, but the greens were lush, and actually we were pretty fortunate to play there because I don't know if you guys read at all about the flooding that happened in Germany.
No.
That was a huge deal, and it was actually all you could see was the trees.
Wow.
The whole thing was underwater. So in the last 3 weeks or so, they got it all pumped out and in pretty good shape to considering all the factors that it was underwater and looked like a rice paddy.
Wow. You played in Kolner last season in Germany there. That was your first year. Just kind of describe what that year was like for you and your team, especially with the COVID stuff going on too. Just what did last season look like for you there?
It was a complete shit show, if I'm going to be honest. It had a few bright moments. I mean, my daughter was born over here, so
yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we came over early because my wife was really pregnant, and so we wanted to get everything set up with the hospital and everything. So that was good that I came early, but then the season just kept getting delayed, and we didn't start till December. So it was a lot of just hanging out, going to the rink and just practicing. And a lot of the other German players, the DEL2 for some reason was allowed to play. So a lot of guys went to play there. So at one point there was 6 of us imports just skating for an hour out and, doing 5 days a week gets pretty old real quick.
I think I remember at the time seeing something on your Instagram, and I think probably on Travis Turnbull's Instagram too. There was some kind of controversy because it was supposed to start and then it kept getting delayed. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, exactly. It just kept getting pushed, and then we ended up having a shortened season. And our budget is mainly on attendance, and we have the largest rink in the DEL, and we weren't able to have any fans, so there was zero atmosphere in our rink, and
the whole season.
The family can't even come and see you play. It was just tough, and we didn't get to sign the players that we wanted to, and it was a tough year, but we came through, and now we're back at it again this year, and we got a good squad, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I was going to ask how the teams look, and I saw, unfortunately, Jason Axon moved on to a different team. We just actually had him on, I think, 5 or 6 episodes ago. But
Yeah.
you played with him last year. What was he like to play with?
Oh, he's extremely skilled. He could score at will, and he's a hell of a guy off the ice. So laid back and down to earth. You wouldn't think he was a hockey player at all.
Looking ahead to next season here, you mentioned you're in training camp. Just what will this season look like for you guys? Is everything supposed to start on regular time? And what are the predictions for your team this year? Will you have one of the stronger teams in the league by the looks of things?
I mean, judging by what I've seen, I think we got a real solid team. I'm expecting big things out of our club, and it's the season's supposed to start on track, and it's just the percentage of fans that we're kind of banking on. Hopefully the COVID numbers stay down and we can at least maintain 50%, and hopefully things get better, and with the vaccinations going on and things get better, and we can have more and more fans and use that to our advantage.
I wanted to jump to something off ice. I was looking on the Instagram. You had a family camping adventure this summer. I saw you. It's a nice Ford pickup truck with a trailer behind. Where did you all go?
Trailer.
How long was the trip, and where were the stops?
We did 6 weeks. So we decided to not spend time in the desert and rather escape the heat. And so we bought a trailer and just took off towards Colorado, and ended up meeting my buddy out there, John Mitchell, who played with the Avs.
Oh, yeah.
The Leafs. Yeah.
We spent a week with them, and they borrowed a trailer and a truck. They got some really good friends that they got to borrow those things and come camp for a couple nights. And then we kind of just did one big circle through Southern California, Nevada, Utah, Colorado. And we kind of came back around through Northern Nevada and Northern California for my brother-in-law's wedding. So it was fun. It was really fun.
So you own that camper yourself then?
Yeah, actually we did a quick, it was like a buy rental. So we bought it, and then we didn't lose any money on it. So it was good.
Perfect.
Nice.
What did the rest of the off season look like? I think, was there you usually travel with Turnbull. I remember you told us that last time. You'd done a couple of vacations with him. We had him on too at one point. Was there any of that this off season?
You know what? If we didn't have the wedding to make it back to, because my in-laws were hosting in their backyard, so we had a lot of work to do to prepare the backyard. We covered the pool again, so I was doing some underwater construction.
Nice.
Second time in my life, and I think it went a lot better this time. I was a lot less nervous, but I would have gone straight through to St. Louis and spent some time out there. But I actually spent a night with him. He was out. They had a DEL media day, so he was out here for a couple of days and got to hang with him and catch up. So it was all good.
Nice. Last year was your first full season in the German league there. Obviously, due to COVID, it wasn't quite a full season, but just what was the biggest difference between playing in Germany and playing in Sweden, where you were for quite a few years before that?
It's a different game for sure. There are so many North Americans, so there's a heavy North American influence, and Sweden is 100 miles an hour, very, very structured game, where as over here in Germany, it's more of a lateral game, like east-west game, and guys are looking to pass a lot more, and it's a mix of European hockey and North American hockey is the best way I could put it.
I was looking back, and I'm not sure if we talked about this in our last interview, but in 2014, 2015, when you're in the SHL in Sweden, you under the accomplishments this year, you had the save of the year that season. Do you remember the save, and can you describe it to us?
Yeah, you know what? I think I won because it was more than one save. It was about 5 in a row. So
Okay.
I had a two-pad jammer. So it was
Nice.
It was pretty big. It was a voting kind of thing. So my wife got on social media and
Perfect.
pumped my tires. So we got a lot of love for that, and I was happy to take home the award.
Is there a highlight of that we can find somewhere? Probably YouTube.
Yeah, definitely on YouTube.
All right, we're gonna get that. We'll pump your
If
tires
you
a little more.
by losing my mind and throwing the net out.
Yeah.
It's in the It's in the feed
All right.
somewhere.
Oh yeah, I remember talking about that too. A couple frustrating times on the ice. Were there any of those this past season?
No, I'm
You're
too.
done.
I'm just a dad now, so.
I think there's probably still something in you that could get heated if it needed to again.
I did throw a good body check. I think I put
No
it on
way.
Instagram. I threw a good check, so
Nice.
I was happy about that one. I still got it.
Brady and I, no secret, we're big Leaf fans. You spend time with the Leafs organization. What are your thoughts on just the playoffs in general this past year? And, you know, the Leafs just another disappointing first round exit. And it's tough to look ahead to the future with the
This
Leafs here a
is
little bit,
probably
but
a time you could get back at Leaf fans for being assholes at times, probably in your career.
No, I just think they were put in a tough spot. I mean, you play teams enough, they're going to figure out how to beat you. And, you know, having that Canadian division, they got to play so many times against each other. I got to, Leon Draisaitl's from here, so I got to spend quite a bit of time with him, skating with him and hanging out a little bit. And he was just saying it's just so much of just playing the same teams over and over again. Yeah. And I just think if you give someone enough of a crack at it, they're going to find a way to win. And, you know, especially with all the video these days, they're going to figure out a way to beat anyone, I think. And I think maybe if they would have played another team from the U.S., maybe they would have made it a little further. They have an unbelievable team, and I think they got to give guys a little bit more chance in net. I think they pull the trigger a little too quick. Yeah. They did to Freddie there, but he's a hell of a goalie, and can't blame the guy.
No, not at all. And you crossed over with him in Anaheim a little bit, right?
I did not. I actually did skate with him when because he has a house down there 2 summers ago, I think. But I mean, he's an unbelievable talent, and I just think, as with most goalies through the Toronto system, either you're a legend or
I know
you're out with the trash.
I don't know if you've ever met Jack Campbell or have had a relationship with him, but it doesn't seem like there's been a goalie like him in the Toronto market. Like he takes the blame, all of it, even when it's times when he shouldn't be taking the blame. Like, it's not his fault at all, but he just seems like he wears it all, like really shows his emotion out there. Have you noticed that, or do you know him at all?
I do not know him. I know he's a hell of a goalie and went on a hell of a run, and it's good when guys can own up to things, but sometimes you could put a little too much pressure on yourself, and you got to just let it slide and not worry about it, especially in that market. You know, you got to stay away from social media and the newspapers. Definitely. Luckily, when I was playing, there was no real social media other than Facebook, and I didn't read anything. I think I said this before. The only thing I looked at in the Toronto Sun was the Sunshine Girl. So
that's all. Last question about the Leafs, and then we'll move on. Just because we'll have a lot of listeners that probably weren't with us at the time of your last interview. Is there like 1 or 2 memories that you look back on with your time with the Leafs and just can hang your hat on?
I think just getting my first call up and first win, playing down in Atlanta, and getting to play against Kovalchuk and Pecorine. So you know, I went against them. I've played against Kolner 3 times in my life, and he's got 0 goals. So I'm happy about it.
Yeah, perfect.
But I mean, I absolutely loved being part of the Toronto organization. I'm a little bitter on how things kind of ended, and for sure, I wish I would have had more of an opportunity. But I'm very grateful for the chance that I did get, and you know, I got to play for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you know, that come true. So I can never hold it against them for that. I mean, it's something that I dreamed of as a kid, and I got to live out my dreams, and I'm still playing hockey because of it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Love it. You're back with Kolner this season. Just kind of talk about your contract situation. When you signed with them this past year, was that a 2-year deal, or did you just re-up with them, or what does that look like for you moving forward here?
I had a 2-year deal from the get-go, so I'm on my 2nd year of my 2-year deal.
Nice.
And the contract situation there, they do their whatever renewal for the next season like halfway through the season or something, right? So does that mean that'll kind of quickly approach you in the next few months here on where you'll be playing next
hopefully.
Year?
Things go well, hopefully.
Yeah. I always find that weird about like leagues in Europe that contract negotiations are already starting now, or I guess
Yeah,
negotiations start, but
Germany's different from other leagues that way. Like most
Okay.
other leagues, it's kind of kept under wraps if it is signed before. But Germany, you could have a guy sign with another team and then be going on a playoff run with that guy. So I think it's kind of a weird way to be, but I don't think things are going to change over here. So
you know what it actually reminds me of? I don't know. Did you watch any of the F1 Drive to Survive, the Formula One?
It got me back into F1.
Oh yeah, I was never into it, but I'm dialed into it now. Like I still can't always bring myself to watch it on the Saturday race, but that series just got me right dialed in.
You're bringing Ricardo and switching from Renault to McLaren, huh?
He is.
Yeah, I know, but like halfway through, he's still racing for.
Yeah, exactly. And then he's got his teammates.
And then he did sick.
Yeah. So that's a weird one for sure. And that's kind of what it reminds me of in Germany. But so you were talking, that wedding was in California. Your wife's from California, right?
Yeah.
So do you try to get back there most off seasons then?
Yeah, we got to have the kids spend as much time with their grandparents as possible, and because they're over here for the majority of the year, and right. Southern California isn't a bad place to be.
Yeah, not at all.
Do you come back up to Canada much at all, or obviously the last year and a half has been kind of tricky with that? But
I haven't, just because of logistics. It's expensive to get up there, and then COVID happened, and I wasn't going to pay to stay in some hotel for a couple of days because it's just not that I don't want to come up to Canada and breathe in that Canadian air, but it hasn't made sense logistically.
I saw you're still doing lots of cooking from your Instagram. I saw you made some poutine recently, eh? Or was that a while ago?
I had a teammate over, Andreas Thurston, and we did pork belly sandwiches, pierogies. Pretty good dinner.
That'll do.
We're hoping for a normal season in sports this year. Just what are you looking forward to most in your second season in Germany here?
Just some degree of normalcy. Having fans, having that energy in the building. Being able to see obviously the NFL and stuff like that back home, and just looking forward to life kind of returning to somewhat normal. I know it's never going to be the same, but that's what I'm looking forward to, that we can kind of move on from this and unify as one people.
Definitely. Did you say NFL? Is that what you said there?
Yeah.
Are you a big NFL guy?
I'm not really, but we got a team pool here, so
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, sorry. Go ahead, please.
No, I was going to say, if you had to pick a team, who are you going with?
Fuck, I don't know. I literally don't know anything about football. I only watch the Super Bowl, and I love the Super Bowl, but I'm going to get some advice from my wife because she's a big football nut. So, she'll probably be picking my picks this year.
What about the Jays? Were you dialed into that when you grew up in Canada?
I was a Jays fan, and then I moved to California, and I gotta say, Dodgers fan now.
Oh wow!
Wow!
Must be nice to just buy everybody.
Jr. Junior's a hell of a player. He's an MVP candidate for sure.
Definitely.
I think, it's unbelievable. But the whole family's Dodgers fans, and I like Dodger Stadium a lot more than the Sky Dome.
Yeah, fair enough.
If you could meet one athlete in the world that you haven't met yet, who would that be?
Ooh.
Oh, who would that be? I would say like Roger Federer or something. Maybe Phil Mickelson. He seems like
that'd be hilarious.
Did you watch that match with him and Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers and Bryson DeChambeau?
Yeah, I mean, Rodgers he should be playing the PGA in his off time, I think.
I know, he's good. He's good. Seems like he likes it better than the NFL too. He just held out a training camp and he's back now, but
he can do whatever he wants, or he pretty much owns that team.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, we'll let you go shortly. Is there any story over any part of your career that comes to the top of the head that you could share with listeners? I should have probably prepped you on this one and gave you a couple minutes to think about it. But is there one on ice or off ice, just something you can give our listeners?
Put me on the spot.
I know. I know.
The second that call will be over, you'll have a dozen things come to your
Yeah,
mind.
exactly.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's so much that's happened in my career. So before the this is about a coach. He passed away. It was my coach in the AHL, but this guy's an individual here. Milos Riha was his name. Okay. And so there's like a flu going around. This is for pre-pandemic, whatever. There's a flu going around. We're all meeting at the airport to fly out to Russia. I think we're flying to Moscow or something like that. Or no, we're flying to St. Petersburg or Yokerit or somewhere. And anyways, so he's so nervous about getting sick, and he only cares about himself. So we're all waiting in the terminal, and he's coming up late, and the only guy wearing a mask. And like, not that he maybe should have just told everyone maybe we should all wear masks since we're, there's going around, but he's walking down this terminal, and we're all just looking at him like, oh my goodness, this guy. And now masks are new normal. So
I know.
But like seeing that and just seeing, oh my goodness, like this guy only himself.
It's kind of a fend for yourself over there, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
And you have 2 kids now. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, 2 kids. I got a boy.
What are their names?
Nash and Hayes.
Nash and Hayes. And Nash, how old would he be? Because I remember
he's turning 4 in January, and then Hayes is 10 months.
Nice. Wow. You got Nash playing any sports yet?
Oh, he plays everything.
Really?
Yeah, he's a natural athlete. I'm so proud of him. I mean, he's had a golf club in his hand since he was 1 year old, and
oh baby,
left. Not too happy about that, but
lefty, did you say?
Yeah, Daddy doesn't get
nice.
But yeah, he's had his pitching wedge for couple of years now, and he hits that thing pretty consistent, and we got him the rest of the set this summer, so I'm excited to go out on the golf course. And the kid plays baseball. Can't hit the underhand pitch. He can only hit if you go from the stretch or a full windup.
Oh, really?
He only hits overhand pitches.
Oh, that's good.
He hits dingers too.
Nice.
He runs. I don't know if you saw the Dodgers. They did it in the World Series, and they've been doing it this year, but when they hit a home run, they like tap their head.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's their thing. So when he hits a home run, he runs around the pool and taps his head. He goes, home run.
He's got the you got to get him bat flipping. He probably bat flips there.
Oh no, he does a bat flip. He tosses that thing. Yeah, he already broke one bat, so he's on the new bat now.
He's gonna start playing competitively, and pitchers are gonna start throwing out his leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, he started hockey last year, got him on the ice, and every time I take him out, he's exponentially better the next time. So I got a youth program here. It's called the Young Ahaya. It's like a junior sharks, I guess would be the translation in English. He's going in the starter group, so I'm pretty excited to be that hockey dad with him.
Yeah.
Did you tune much into the Olympics this a couple of weeks ago there? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it was on all the time. As heavy German influence over here, but it was so much fun to watch.
What was the highlight of the Olympics for you? Just something that you always enjoy watching?
Speed walking.
Yeah, 50-kilometer speed walk.
I love the speed walking, but I actually, with my wife's cousin, we had a big kind of going away dinner where we ordered food and just kind of hung out, and we threw the Olympics on, having a few drinks, and we stayed up till about 1 a.m. watching the women's road cycling. And we threw it on, and there was 250 kilometers left, so we were just kind of walking. And then 50 kilometers, and it was 25. So we're watching this Austrian lady who is in the lead, and she is the only teammate. The Dutch have like 7 team members. Everyone has got all these team members, so they're running groups. And this lady broke out from the pack.
Wow.
And she just like hustling the whole way, and she wins this thing. Like, no chance she should have won this thing.
Wow.
And she won it. So that was my Olympic highlight. I was like, this lady, she goes.
Some of those Olympians are different animals than what we're used to seeing. Like,
they spend their whole lives for one chance.
Every 4 years.
Yeah. I mean, it's nuts. And, they're not, if you're outside of the U.S. and maybe some of I think South Korea pays their athletes quite well. But, yeah, you're not making anything.
No.
I think in Germany, you get a little bit of a government salary, and then after you get a job in the police force or
Oh, really?
yeah, that's
Wow.
just what they get.
Wow.
Whereas
I think Canadians
get a multi-million-dollar contract. And
yeah, I think that most Canadian athletes need to rely on like sponsorships to really make their money.
It's so sad, and they can compete, but like it should be an even playing field, especially they're all playing the same sport.
Yeah,
they're doing the same events. It's great, but it's nice to see the underdogs win for sure.
Definitely. And is your son a goalie or is he a player?
Fuck no, he's not a goalie.
I was gonna say, did you steer him far away from that direction?
I shoot extra hard when he tries to get in the net. No,
You're like, this job sucks.
I'm very happy.
Unreal.
I tried to make him right-handed too, but didn't happen. I was hoping for a power play specialist, but
yeah, right-handed D-man on the power play. Those guys are getting paid right now.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a power forward, so I think he'll do okay.
Nice. Nice. All right, Justin, thanks so much for doing this. It was great to catch up, and hopefully down the road we can do it again.
No worries. I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to the next time.
All right.
Sounds good. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.